All right, hey folks, we are here with Grover and we're actually going to be working on an impulse control. You can go ahead, Liv. Impulse control exercise with him that I think will be really good for you guys to just practice with him at home with Remy. And it will also be good for Remy too, so it can work both ways. Normally we would start this exercise by having him already have had drive fulfillment, so we would have tugged with him, or some dogs we might treadmill or something like that, and then we would settle them and have another dog play. Today we're working on him coming out of this crate like fresh this morning. He's only had a potty and he hasn't been like any drive fulfillment yet. And Chase is gonna play, and we are now asking Grover to control his impulses while Chase is playing a really high arousal game of tug. Nope. I have not put him in a place command, meaning he's free to get up and turn around, sit, stand, lie down. No. Good boy. However, he can't get off of the bed or start to escalate in his energy with like vocalizing, barking, anything like that. And so I am only just going to keep him on, no, I'm going to only keep him on the bed, no. He also can't solicit attention from me. He was just trying to lick me and nudge my hand, so I corrected him for that, just with a little bit of leash pressure. But I am using his e-collar today just to kind of manage his boundary on the bed. I have it on a working level of about 8, and I am assuming that is going to be an actual like corrective level for him. His working level for just like regular obedience and stuff like that is usually much lower. Bless you. A lot of that sneezing is him trying to regulate his impulses and his emotions. Liv's gonna really challenge him today because we've done this exercise a bunch with him. And what I find with him, if you are practicing this at home with Remy, is that he's usually pretty good in the beginning. Like he's not super calm, but like he's not really over aroused or anything like that right now. But as the game progresses, he tends to like kind of lose his impulses a little bit. Like you can see the yawning, the vocalizing, the like waggy tail. So Liv's gonna try and really challenge him today so that we can teach him that like he needs to be the one in control of his emotions. This does not seem like an exercise that really has any like benefit outside of this particular situation. But when you do it all the time, it teaches the dogs to manage their arousal, manage their impulses, and really take from the context what the time and place is. Excuse me. Good boy. So I'm getting a little bit of vocalizing. I'm not going to correct the little bit of whining though. That's just him like, you know, trying to regulate himself a little bit. But if he escalates beyond that, I will correct him. Liv's gonna be exhausted after this. I told her, I'm like, stick it to him. We wanna have like, you know, good video for Grover's parents so that they can see how to work through these things. So I kind of want Grover to make a couple errors in this video so that you guys can see what it looks like to help him through this. Good job, buddy. Good boy. I know this is very hard. So when he is being good and making good decisions, I'm gonna tell him he's being good, but I don't wanna just like, you know, lay it on thick. I'm gonna tell him, let him receive a little bit of feedback from me, and then end my interaction with him.
You're all tangled, buddy. You're all tangled. Yeah! Good man. Out. No. No. Good. No. Okay. Yes.
Good boy, Grover.
Good boy.
No. I corrected him because he just nibbled on my hand. I think that was just like an over-aroused redirection, and he was coming in for some affection because I told him like good boy, but that doesn't mean that he needs to like come over here and like glom all over me. And he opened his mouth and like put it over top of my hand in like kind of an over-aroused way. So I just corrected him with a very simple nope and a tap on the e-collar. On that note, I am utilizing the e-collar on continuous. I don't remember if you guys had it on Nick or continuous previously, but I always use my e-collar on continuous. And if I want to use it on a Nick, then I will just tap the button because that kind of allows for more information. The Nick is very quick and fleeting, and I feel like a lot of dogs, it's like so like momentary that the dogs like kind of just don't even really react to it or like recognize that it's there. So I always use it on continuous. And I think I kind of mentioned it before in an email to you guys, but his collar's on quite a bit tighter. So I don't know if you guys normally use that bungee collar as like his everyday e-collar, but we want it on much, much tighter than what that bungee collar was. Good boy, bud. Good job. Fix your leash there.
No. Good. Yes.
Good boy. Good choice, yeah.
Yes.
Try and even tug just like a little bit closer to his bed.
Oh yeah.
Good job, Betty.
Yes.
Out him and then throw it towards the door again.
Out. No. No.
What a shithead. Throw.
Yes. Yeah.
Do that again really quickly. Out him.
Out. No. Good. You gotta work on this view. Good.
Throw.
Yes. Yeah. Good job.
So my expectation here for Grover is because the dog's not really like coming into his space, the dog's just moving parallel to him, and I know it's a safe situation. I would never allow this obviously with a dog I don't know in public somewhere, but because I know this is safe and Liv's got good control of this dog, I am gonna test him a little bit, but I'm still not gonna have unreasonable expectations. Like if the dog was coming straight face onto him, I wouldn't allow that. I want him moving parallel past the dog. This dog's not looking at him at all, and so I feel like these are all very reasonable challenges. Good boy, Grover. Good boy. So yeah, I wouldn't do this in public with an unknown dog and test him that much because that's just not reasonable to ask of him. Good boy, Grovies. Good job. Okay, well, I think we should end it there.
Thank God.
It's like, oh my God.
Out.
Good job, Grovies.
No. All done. No. Let's go.
Good job, buddy. So we'll give him an opportunity to have some dry fulfillment today as well. And obviously we want to have him working in dry fulfillment as much around, oh, Chase, boy, it's so bad. Just really went for it. Wow. Unreal.
Just like, I'm gonna go.
We want to work him in dry fulfillment around other dogs as well because we want all of those like happy hormones when there's other dogs around and teach him that like even though there's a little bit of pressure in the space from having the dogs in close proximity, it doesn't mean that there's going to be any risk to him or that he should feel threatened by the dogs. So again, I wouldn't necessarily do that with dogs that are like just, you know, general public sort of dogs because I don't trust them. But if you have other dogs that you can work on this with, and this is something great that you can also do with Buddy when you guys go visit as well, because this is just kind of another way to teach the dogs to control their impulses around each other. So that's kind of how I would utilize this exercise. So it seems very adjacent to creating impulse control when we're off leash when he's feeling insecure around other dogs, but it will actually really directly impact your ability to help him through these situations when you guys are out and about with other dogs and he has high arousal or maybe a little bit more emotion than what we would expect for the situation. All right, let's go.